So first things first, you need to create your NextJS project. So we start with that. Okay, so just made my project. So I will open it right here. Following this, we have to install the NextAuth. So we can generate a secret with npx auth secret. So I'm gonna do that. We have to install that env.local, but I think it's better to use an env file. We can leave this as example maybe. Gonna get that. So after that, we can create the auth.ts here with our providers here, which currently is empty, and we need to create an API and then auth, and then inside that the NextAuth route.ts, and just throw it here. I will leave these URLs in the description. So for now this is it, and then we go to the provider, Google Provider. So we have to create one in Google. Okay, so now here on Google you can create a new project here, and you're going to name your project. I will name mine like that. After a project being created, you can select it, and you'll need to go to APIs and services, and inside OAuth consent screen. After that, you can create by going by external and naming your app. I'm gonna name it that way, and you can select your own email here in the user support email, and you don't need to fill that in, and you can put your email here, the developer contact information. After that, you can add those two scopes right here, the NextAuth requests, the user info email, and the user info profile, and you can continue. You can add test users if you want. After creating your OAuth consent screen, you need to create the credentials. So when creating the credentials, you're going to create the OAuth client ID. The application type will be web application. You can name it here. And the redirect URLs, you can add those two right here, because we're testing it. When you have your own domain, you can use your own domain here, and you can create it. After creating, you will be provided with the client ID and the client secret, which you will use here. So we can add to the example and the env, which we will use it. So for now, this is it. So now that we have set up the client ID and the client secret, we can edit here the Google provider. So we can change this, so it will import the Google here and put it here. If you want, you can set your refresh token and your email verified. I will leave the documentation in the description if you want. So the next step is Prisma adapter. We have to install it. I'm gonna go do that. We have to set up the database URL. So let's go here. Let's leave it here for now. And we have to create prisma.ts here and add this global variable, and then add to our provider. So we're gonna do that, and then we add it here. Okay, there's some explanation right here, but for that we need to create a Prisma folder. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna add the schema. I'm gonna remove the authenticator because I won't use WebAuthn, but you can leave if you want to. So I'm gonna remove that. Alright, so for now that's it. And Prisma is the reason why we use env instead of env local, because NextJS detects both, but Prisma doesn't. So that's it. After creating the schema from Prisma for MongoDB, we have to create our cluster and get the URL. So I already have my cluster right here, so I'm gonna get the connection URL right here. Then copy, create database, choose a connection method, and we go into drivers, and we have here the Node.js here, and after that we can copy the URL right here, and we just have to change it and paste it here. What you need to remember is that you need to change this to your password that you just put in, and you need to put a database right here, so like a database name. I'm gonna leave in the description for you guys, okay? So the database name right here. After that, after setting the database URL, we can execute the Prisma generate. So, and then after that we can do a db push. So we just created the collections right here. So when we go back to the MongoDB cluster, so when we go back to the MongoDB, it has created those collections right here, the verification token, user, session, and account. And basically we're good to go. So I'm going to create the sample page right here. So actually after that we have to actually delete our middleware because it could cause some trouble with Prisma and the Edge runtime, and we're good to go. So I added some components here so I could show you guys. So I'm gonna start that, and here's my current session. So I'm gonna sign in with Google. I'm gonna select my email. I'm gonna continue, and there we go. We have this information right here from my session. So this is it. I hope it could help, and thank you for watching.